So I'm Jessica Taylor, and I'm a fashion blogger. I've always loved makeup and fashion. In college, I started doing makeup and fell in love with it, in high school really, but I started working at MAC Cosmetics during college, and I loved working with women, and if they're having like a bad day or something, they come in, they get their makeup done, they leave feeling with like a newfound confidence. So anything in the fashion world has always kind of spoke to me. I worked at a company in Florida, and we worked with some bloggers, and I got to learn, what they did and how they became influencers. Some of them were more celebrities, but I said, I love this, fashion world so much. Why not try it? My friends always, went for makeup and fashion tips from me, and they always kind of encouraged me to start one. And so I kind of had some personal things going on in my life, and I wanted to just go for it. Yeah. I honestly think I'm really eclectic. Like sometimes I can be a little edgier and wear like, the black liner. I might look high maintenance a lot of times, but I tell people I'm kind of low maintenance. I don't take very long to get ready, believe it or not. And sometimes you want more of like a sporty look. Or bohemian look in the summer. It all depends on the day. I'm very eclectic like that. And everyone says you're always dressed in a dress. They think you're more, like you put more effort in, but I'm like, no, because you just throw on a dress and a nice pair of shoes, you're good to go. Like if you have to match a top and a bottom, for me it takes longer. So I'm like, it's easier. So when I'm shopping for something new, I know a lot of people look like they say, well, this dress would go with this pair of shoes I have. I don't think so much into it. Like if I see something I love, I'm like, go for it. I have to love the piece. So another thing with clothing too is, like in the winter, a lot of times we all kind of tend to wear that like gray or black or brown jacket, and I tell people, no, like I'm gonna wear bright gold or lavender or red and stand out a little bit. And so I find it a little more challenging to dress well in the winter. I'm always like trying to find something stylish but warm because I always feel cold. It just so depends on like what you're doing, what activity you're doing. In the summer I like to go to polo matches, I grew up horseback riding, or the beach. Just kind of like what you're doing that day inspires what I'm wearing. And sometimes it inspires my makeup. Like sometimes it starts with the makeup. You do your makeup in the morning and you're like, oh, this would look good with this piece, or the opposite. So, or there's like a pair of shoes that will inspire a whole look. So I kind of just go with what I'm feeling. So it's been really rewarding. So I was living in Florida, I moved back here. So it's really given me the opportunity to meet other men and women doing the same thing and just connecting to people in Boston. Like I think I cherish the friendships that I've made along the way more than anything. And it's easy to connect with people, so I love that. And there's definitely been challenges. Working with photographers that don't always give you your photos, which is like really disappointing. Just like little things like that. I was worried when you put yourself out there, you open yourself up to getting criticized, or you just never know, and I haven't had that yet, so which is actually like a good surprise. Some of the highlights would probably be, well, some of the struggles too is always interacting with people on my Instagram. I try really hard to be in touch with everyone, and sometimes you feel like you need to take little breaks because you're on it so much. You want to make other people feel like you've supported them. Some of the highlights would be, I met a bigger blogger on the Skinny Confidential once at an event, and she came over to me, and this is who I aspire to be like. She said, what do you do? And I said, I'm a makeup artist and a fashion blogger. And she said, she lives in LA. She said, next time I'm in Boston, you can do my makeup and I'll follow you. And she has a lot of followers. And she followed me, and to this day she still follows me. And that's like a small little
attraction.
Yeah, I want to be like that. Even if you get really big, you want to really connect with people and build those relationships, because I'll always remember what she did. Even if it was a small gesture, I was just really inspired by that. And anytime something's going on in the city of Boston, like I like to be a part of it. My guilty pleasure is the show The Bachelor, so I wanted to meet the contestants when they come to town. I met Giselle Bundchen recently on her book signing in Brookline, which was pretty amazing. It was amazing to hear her speak. So I just kind of surround myself to women who inspire me. Every once in a while you do feel uninspired, and when those moments happen, I do take breaks from social media, and I'm just gonna disconnect for a while, live my life, go on some adventures. Like, I'm very simple. Like, I could just drive to the beach and have like lunch with my dog, you know, and just to like be around nature, actually, I don't know, or do something outdoors, kind of like lets me, I don't know, get the creative juices flowing again. I find taking time to yourself and just disconnecting so important. So I think we're really trying to make it, you know, a spot where you feel connected to other fashion, you know, and the other thing I will say is I don't only follow fashion bloggers, I love to follow travel bloggers, food bloggers, different types, because you can kind of work off each other and collaborate too, which is really cool, because they can teach me their passions and we can share each other's strengths and skills. I belong to Boston Bloggers Live, which is like a group, and they're fantastic, and they're really trying to build this community here. And then OOTD Bostonian, Outfit of the Day Bostonian, they're fantastic. I love them, and that's where I really started. I went to an event with them, I believe. I think it was like my first event, and I was just blown away by the support. We went to Dress for Success, and that's where I met a lot of the girls. And it's a way to kind of like give back. We styled some outfits for women who might, you know, be a little down on their luck. They come in and they get prepped for an interview, you know, wearing something fashionable that they feel confident in. So that, you know, you can always give back, which is also really good. I'm learning. So the mutual fund job that I have started about four and a half months ago, and it's definitely slowed down my Jess In That Dress a little bit, because when I'm at work I don't want to be on Instagram all day, so I tend to do it after hours. And then sometimes with the commute I have to the city, you get home and you're tired and you're like, I just want to eat dinner, walk my dog, and unwind. So it's been challenging. I'm trying to do more things on the weekend after work. If there's an event that looks appealing, like I try to make it, you know, an effort to show up. But I think also the weather in Boston plays a little part, you know, when it's spring and the sun is shining and it's, you know, summer, I feel like everyone's a little more social. There's more events, but I'm learning to balance everything still. I'm kind of still learning all the time, but, you know, I'm surprised by how wonderful it's been. I didn't know all the opportunities that would come my way. I wish I knew how powerful it could be too. Credential Center hired me for an event to write about it and stuff, so I guess I believed that I could do it, but I wasn't, you know, you have that, like, could this really be something in the back of your head, the doubt. So I kind of just wish maybe I could shake some of that self-doubt and just go for it, and now I have, but it took a while to get to say this could really become something. I dream big. Love to have like a fashion company and like run something. I love creativity, working with other men and women, collaborating with other women, and like building a business and figuring what that could be. I network a lot and I meet people. I think a lot of times we get caught up in like sending our resumes out and relying on sending that out. And I think I really do believe that building relationships with people, you never know who this person knows and that person knows. And Boston's such an exciting place because there's so many startups in Boston. You've got Cambridge, you have like all these places where there's so many opportunities, and sometimes you don't know what you're looking for until it just kind of crosses your path and then it just clicks. I don't know if there's a specific one. I know bloggers that I love in New York that I follow. Something Navy is someone, and there's another girl. Now I'm forgetting her handle, but it's Lindsay, and she's in New York as well. And it's kind of nice because they introduce brands to people. Like, my favorite part of Jess In That Dress has to be working with these smaller brands and spreading awareness about them.
Yeah.
And they reach out to me, and that's something I need to learn to do too, is ask, how did you find me? Like, what was it that brought you to my Instagram? So I should do like a little more research there to see like, why did it click for you to work with me? So, but I would love to just keep, you know, doing my own thing as well. Well, I love the Skinny Confidential, I told you, because when I met her, once you get big, you want to keep that sense of that everyone matters, and you appreciate talking to everyone you meet. Lindsay Lane Watts. I do follow a lot of girls in New York, so you can always find ways to make things work for you. So one of the ways I get new dresses all the time, which I don't really talk about too often, but I use Rent a Runway sometimes, and some of them are my own pieces. But if I have something to go to, it's been great because I have the unlimited. So you can get a beautiful dress from like a top designer and wear it and just mail it back. And so my closet, I think a lot of women have this problem. Your closet gets full of clothes and you say, I have nothing to wear. So that way it keeps everything really fresh. And then it teaches you about designers too. Like I've learned a lot about how different designers have like a fit, or the textures they use, or like the quality. You really do learn a lot, and just different names. So that always interests me as well. I say go for it. I've always been an entrepreneur. That with the makeup, I went out and did my own makeup. Before I moved to Florida, I was just doing that. Photo shoots, weddings, thank you so much, movies. So I've always wanted to work for myself. If you have that in you, you have like a passion, I say absolutely go for it, try it out. You'll never regret it. And that's the truth. You'll never regret taking a chance and just going for it. It's not always easy. It's a lot of work. My dad was kind of an entrepreneur, and he'd always say it's hard work, timing, and good luck. Just keep going for what you want, and it's not always easy, but like I said, you'll just never regret trying it. Even if it's a side thing like I'm doing, you never lose a sense of who you are. Like if there's things going on in your personal life that might be, not negative, but like if you have a relationship that didn't work out, or something's off, you always have what you've built for yourself. And it's definitely empowering. Like today, I'm so thankful to be doing this interview with you. Work's been kind of stressful, and it's just like a really nice way to say, well, I've made this, and now I have the opportunity to share my experiences with other people, and hopefully I'll inspire them to chase what they're going after. So I hope that helps.